Good morning, y'all. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning and I get up at 5 o'clock. Days in particular, so it's an early morning for us. I've already gotten in like over a mile walk on my walking pad. And now I'm sitting down. Oh, this is not high enough. That's crooked, but it'll be fine. I have a little while before I have to get the kids. So I'm gonna do a little bit of editing and drink my coffee while it's actually like hot and while it's quiet down here. Ken is at jujitsu. He goes to like a 6 a.m. jujitsu class, which is crazy, totally crazy to me, but he's like thoroughly obsessed with it, so good for him. And then probably vlog a little bit today. All right, I'm back looking so much different. So different. Anyway, also I don't think I vlogged since we switched out our pendant lights here. Ken switched these out and I love them so much, but I'm like super, well, not super done up. Like honestly for me, this is pretty done up. I don't like typically wear quite this much makeup, like this kind of like full glam. I don't have like lashes on or anything. We have a little family photo shoot today, which I'm so excited about. So that's why today is a little bit of a busier day. There's a couple things I wanted to just kind of like vlog about. I posted about this on Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram, you would have kind of seen. I kind of decided that I'm like sad. Oh, I'm gonna be so backlit by all the lighting. Kind of sad that like, I just like had this epiphany that I feel like for my kids and even just for like me and you know Ken and stuff for the future, I hate the idea that like all our kids' pictures are just gonna be stuck on phones or like, you know, in the cloud on Amazon Photos or Apple Photos or whatever. Google Photos, like in the future, like literally, obviously my oldest child is only 3. There's not a lot of his life to look, you know, back on quite yet, but like in 5, 10, 20, you know, however many years from now, like I already have had 2 phones since he's been born. And again, I have everything, you know, backed up to like the cloud, like these different apps and whatnot, but I kind of feel like those are a pain to use and then you have to have like a login and an account and it just seems like a pain. And I just feel like in 10 years from now, there's gonna be 100,000, honestly, I already have hundreds of thousands. There's gonna be like millions of pictures from their lifetime and they're not gonna be like organized or aggregated. Like it's just gonna be a dump of all the pictures I've ever taken in my life, including, you know, selfies and outfit pictures and screenshots and like all these kind of things. Granted, I am like very intentional. Every night I go through my phone and like delete pictures from that day that are just like junk, like bad pictures, screenshots, random stuff, whatever. So my phone really only has like pictures in it that I care about. And I also like, you know, heart, like I favorite the pictures that are my favorite, of course. And so I kind of was just like sad thinking about the fact that, oh look, we can get Ken a little cameo. It would just like bothered me that potentially in the future I'd have to just like keep all my old phones, and obviously like they've already changed the charger that they use from 2 phones ago, and like so you'd have to keep the phones, make sure they're working, make sure that they charge, keep track of them, make sure they don't get like damaged or lost. And then if you wanted to like look back on pictures with your kids, you'd have to like go dig out your phone from 20 years ago and like scroll through it. And again, it'd just be like a mess of thousands of pictures. And I was like, there's gotta be a better way. And same with the apps, like I'm not just gonna log into the apps and just scroll with them, like sitting on the couch. Like that's not fun, that's not cozy. And obviously there's chat books and there's like different ways to do this, but I don't really, I'm kind of considering the idea of the chat books, but I don't really love the idea of it being in like a book form, the photos, like just being like printed and bound in a book. I kind of just wanted like pictures, because basically the moral of the story is I thought about the fact that I had like photo albums and just even just like pictures, just literally pictures in like envelopes, and my mom did some like, what do you call that, scrapbooks for us at a certain age and things like that. So it just kind of made me sad to think about the fact that like I didn't know how I was gonna like show the kids their childhood and look back on their childhood for them, and just for me, like to be nostalgic and remember them little. Like how was I gonna do that without just scrolling through a million pictures in my Google Photos app or on an old phone from a million years ago or whatever. Like that actually like brought genuine stress to my life, because I was like, I don't want to like just lose these pictures and lose these memories and this documentation and everything. So basically, to make a long story long, that's where this thought came from. Many days and nap times and bedtimes printing like literal thousands of pictures. Like I think they're in total, I think I printed like 1,100 pictures. This is the ones I still haven't even sorted yet, and this right here alone is probably like 500 pictures. So I went through my phone from 2 phones ago and then my phone before this one, and that's where I've stopped. So like I haven't even gone through this phone yet because it's just a very tedious process. And so I think I'm gonna go through this phone every like 3 months and do this just to keep up on it. So I printed a ton of pictures. Like this is us bringing Cole home from the hospital. So these are a lot of like Cole as, you know, like a baby. And then I just kind of wanted to like sort them in some way. Like I said, I wanted them to be actual like printed pictures, not really in like a book. I didn't really necessarily want to do like a flip through photo album, and I didn't want it to take literally, like, you know how the photo albums have like little slots? To put 1,100 pictures into slots probably would have taken me a year. So what I decided to do is get one of these, and you can obviously just get like a box, like one of those photo boxes, and literally just like throw these in there, which I considered because I didn't want to make this like too tedious, but I also wanted there to be like some semblance of organization, like a little bit. So I can link this down below. I got one of these big like photo box storage containers. So it comes, it like latches, has a little handle, it's clear. You can get ones that are clear and not clear, and ones with different color little organizers. But it comes with all of these little things on the inside, like these little kind of like holders. They're just plastic and they snap together. And so what I've basically started doing is just organizing them very loosely. This is just pictures of like me and Ken, and then like family photos, like ones with all of us or just the kids together, and then one specifically of like Cole and Emily. Obviously we have more ones of Cole than we do of Emily, just because he's been alive double the length of time that she has. So he's definitely got the most in here so far. And what I'm excited about is this holds 1,600 pictures. So it's gonna hold all the pictures I've printed plus another 500 at least. I don't know, I'm like filling them up a lot. So I don't know, maybe it can hold even more than that. And so I think what I'll do is I'm just gonna like fill this up. This will probably cover basically all the pictures I've done so far, which is starts basically right when Cole was born until I do basically up to like current day on my current phone. And so this will cover about 3.5, 4 years worth of pictures. So I think once it's full, I'm gonna keep labeling them. I know I'm gonna have a lot more because most of these are Cole, frankly. I'm gonna have a bunch of more of him to do, so I'm just printing out labels as I go. And then I think what I'll do is I will just label this box with the label that'll say like 2020 to 2024, you know, something like that. Like I'll just label it with the general time span of the years, because I didn't want to like individually label each one as a certain month or like a certain year, because that was just gonna get even more tedious and like kind of unnecessary. And then if you ever look through these and then they end up getting shuffled around, all my organization would be for nothing anyway. So I think I'm just gonna do kind of like, you know, Cole's first 4 years slash Emily's first 2 years. And then obviously I'll just get another one of these big boxes as time goes on. But I thought it would be kind of cool to just like sort them by kid, so that in the future, you know, if I'm just sitting down with Cole and he just wants to see pictures of him and not necessarily pictures of his sister, we can do that. And then eventually, like way further in the future, like if and when, you know, they want to take these with them, they move out, they want to have all of their, you know, childhood photos with them to show their family or whatever, I can easily just like separate these out by kid and just, you know, put these in a box. This is a very lengthy clip just to basically explain this process and what I've been doing. It's not insanely expensive. Some people messaged me on Instagram saying it was so expensive. It's really not that bad. I did it through Walmart Photos, and their photo prints are only 14 cents per photo. And again, I printed thousands, so they shipped for free. I think you only have to spend like 30 bucks to get the free shipping. So, I mean, if you're only printing like 5 pictures, then maybe it's cheaper and easier to just like go do it at CVS or whatever. But with Walmart, it was pretty inexpensive. It was, I think it was over $100 for all these pictures, but like barely. I don't know, I want to say like maybe 120, something like that. So nothing crazy, I would say, in the grand scheme of like the fact that I printed over 1,000 pictures and it's all my kids' lives up to current date, more or less. So anyway, I kind of like wanted to suggest doing that because I feel like if you don't do this, how are you going to show your kids their life and their childhood like outside of a screen? You know, and I do YouTube and I love YouTube for that too, to be able to like show them kind of like home movie sort of vibes as they get older. Because even Instagram, like, am I gonna log into Instagram and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll back to 2025 when it's 2035 to try to show them reels or like videos of themselves? I don't know. I just don't love that. So that's what I've been working on. Okay, now I have you in my cabinet. This is, I guess, just gonna be kind of a little bit of a chatty vlog, which I didn't necessarily mean for it to be, but there was just like things I wanted to show and mention, so this is gonna be a lot of me talking. But we went to IKEA yesterday for the first time in a while. Honestly, I don't even know the last time we went to IKEA, and we love it there. We got dinner, food there is so good. So I thought I would just like do a little IKEA haul. Is that fun? I don't know, a couple things are in the fridge, so hold on. We literally mostly went there to just kind of like walk around, kind of let IKEA tell us what we needed and to get food, of course. But what I love going there for is their like organizational stuff. And honestly, I've actively had this thought so many times in my life, like I'll just buy a random like organizational piece there, like a little container or whatever, without really having a plan for it, just because I'm like a sucker for that kind of thing. And then I'll end up needing it within like a very short window and be so glad that I got it. So honestly, that's kind of what I had in mind, was just some organizational stuff. But of course, I have kind of sticky fingers in there, and we ended up with a bunch of stuff. I got this little vase because we only have big, huge vases, and they're all kind of like decorative, and I literally just wanted a small vase for when we just have like small bunches of flowers and something just like very simple, not huge and over the top. And everything at IKEA is obviously so cheap. This was literally $2.99, but I feel like it looks nice, and it's glass and everything. I feel like it looks kind of expensive, and but also very simple and kind of pretty at the same time. I was gonna get this like little set of 3 little kind of like ramekin type bowls, and they fell and broke. Another thing we got, not very exciting, we just got a step stool for the upstairs kids bathroom, just for like Cole brushing his teeth. This was one thing that I saw and actually like had a plan for it when I saw it. But we make the kids yogurt pouches. Cole has the Chobani sugar free in here, and then Emily drinks or eats whole milk Greek yogurt. So these ones are hers, and the baby Brezza ones, and then his are these ones. And this is like the perfect little container. It comes with the lid, which obviously for our purposes doesn't really work. I love this. It's got kind of like a little pull-out handle, and it's clear, kind of acrylic, and it's the perfect height for pouches, even if you don't make your own pouches, even if you just buy like the fruit ones at the store or whatever, or you buy like the little Dannon ones. This is the perfect size for the pouches. It's like, it keeps them all kind of like standing upright, so they're not like laying on top of each other, and they're easy to see and easy to grab out. So this was an organizational purchase win. We also got our favorite snacks. If you ever go to IKEA, get these from like the bistro section. We also got the oatmeal cookies with like the chocolate in the middle. They're almost like stroopwafels, but they're not. They're different, but it's that same kind of vibe. It's like a very thin, like 2 very thin cookies with like a filling in the middle, and they're so crispy and so good. So these were just the treats that we got. And then I grabbed for the kids, this is also like such a good purchase, just a set of these. I think there's like 6 in here. These little just plates, like just little plastic plates. They have a good assortment of colors. So I got the bowls and the plates. These are literally $1.99 per pack for 6. So they're almost free. They're cute colors. They're easy. They're microwave safe. You can put them in the dishwasher, and they obviously like don't break. We just go through so many plates, and I feel like especially now with 2 kids, we just like don't have enough. So these are just cheap and cute and easy and low maintenance. I got this little set for the kiddos because I just thought this was adorable. These like big guys, and I feel like these, honestly, I prefer toys that are a little bigger like this, because A, then they're not choking hazards for Emily, but also they're just like not easy to lose. These are not gonna end up like under the couch and in between the couch cushions, because they're big. And I just thought they were fun and cute and different. They have so many cute like kids things and kids toys at IKEA. I could honestly go kind of crazy. This is a little, I've honestly kind of needed something like this. It's a kind of a grater. Like it has the bigger grater and then the smaller one, but it's like in a container. So you can like shred it instead of like shredding something onto the cutting board, and it just like makes a huge mess, or trying to like stick your like little box grater into another bowl. You just grate it on here, and then it collects. So either A, it's not a huge mess, or B, if you want to just store it in here, you can obviously take out these other graters. You can just put the lid on it and use it as like a Tupperware, and then keep the cheese or, you know, vegetable or whatever you're grating. You can like store it in here, or you can just use it to like catch what you're grating, so it's not a big mess. And again, I'm pretty sure this was like $4 or something like that. Brilliant. And then this, I kind of have something sort of like this, which I've done a reel on, that we like organize all of our coloring books and crayons and markers and stuff into. But this is basically like the top section of that big organizer I have. And you can, I don't know if you can really tell. Yeah, you can just like put, honestly, you can store anything here. But we have just a ton of like pens and pencils and binder clips and paper clips and like random little things like that, thumbtacks, that I would love to just like have in one place. Like take them out of their packaging, take them out of like this stupid little container I have them in, and then just keep everything in here and put this in the drawer that they're currently all just a mess inside. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna like unpackage all of the extra just like school type supplies basically we have, and do like pens and highlighters, pencils, binder clips and paper clips, and like staples and like the random stuff that's just floating around, and just kind of like organize it all in here. And then I think this is the last thing. This is gonna be hard to show. I don't even know if I can show it, but this is 3 different little containers, and then it comes with 3 lids. I don't know if you can tell, but the lids like clip onto the base, so it's on a hinge. So it's like just this kind of like tiny little, you can kind of see the dimensions. It's like they're not big, but they're also not small. Like you could definitely fit pens, toys, like little things that they play with, anything like sensory bin things, whatever. And so it has like the 3 different containers. You can kind of see this one here, the lid's attached. And then it just has like a little hinge lid, and I feel like I could store kind of like anything in there. And again, this was probably like $4. So I don't know, I like little IKEA things because they always just come in so handy. It's kind of like unique-ish stuff, and you usually get like a pack of stuff for such a good price. And with kiddos and kids' toys and just stuff around the house, I feel like I can always find a use for things like that. So that's my little IKEA haul, and it was like under 40 bucks for all that stuff I just showed you. So you literally can't beat it. I love IKEA so much.